911, what's your emergency? The dispatcher asked in her usual calm tone, probably expecting something like a car crash or maybe a raccoon in someone's attic. Yes, hi, barked the woman on the line, sharp and clipped like she was used to people snapping to attention when she spoke. My Netflix isn't working. I demand someone fix this immediately. There was a pause, the kind of silence that might make a normal person stop and reconsider their words. But not Dana Whitmore. I pay HOA dues and taxes, she snapped. I expect premium service. This is an emergency. The dispatcher caught somewhere between disbelief and policy tried to clarify. Ma'am, this line is for emergencies like medical issues, fires, or crimes. This is a crime. Dana shrieked, voice rising with the fury of someone whose Pinot Grigio had just gone warm. I was halfway through Crimson Manor Murders when it started buffering. And now it's just that goddamn spinning wheel. That, ladies and gentlemen, was how Dana Whitmore, longtime self-declared queen of Silvercrest Glen, accidentally triggered a federal investigation, disrupted a multi-agency narcotics sting, and became a national symbol of digital entitlement. Dana had always thought of herself as the backbone of the neighborhood, not the actual HOA president, mind you, but its spiritual leader. The real president, Steve McNeil, was just a formality. It was Dana who made sure no one planted marigolds in place of begonias. Dana who submitted anonymous reports about trash bins being visible on non-trash days. Dana who once called animal control on a neighbor's inflatable reindeer because it was clearly hostile in posture. But the evenings? Those were sacred. That was when she retreated to her candlelit living room with a blanket, her designer throw pillow, a tray of goat cheese and crackers, and whatever crime documentary Netflix's algorithm had decided she needed to see next. It was her routine, her ritual, her reward for a day of micromanaging everyone else's lives. That Thursday night, everything was going exactly as planned. She lit her eucalyptus and mint candle. She uncorked a chilled bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. She queued up Crimson Manor Murders, a delightfully overdramatic series about a podiatrist turned serial killer. And just as the killer's motive was being revealed in a cryptic koi pond monologue, the screen froze. The Wheel of Doom appeared. Dana stared at it in disbelief. Hit pause. Hit play. Still spinning. She stormed over to the modem, though truthfully she didn't know exactly which box did what. Unplugged something, plugged it back in, clapped twice for Alexa, and demanded a system reset. Alexa chirped, I'm sorry, I don't understand that request. Which was the worst possible answer. Within minutes, Dana was posting angry rants in the HOA Facebook group accusing certain parties of hacking her bandwidth. When that didn't get her the attention she wanted, she switched to Nextdoor and accused a neighbor of running a pirate radio station. Still, no resolution. So she called 911. Deputy Kyle Foster wasn't expecting to deal with a tech support meltdown when the dispatch report landed on his screen. But he was nearby and figured he'd do a welfare check just in case it turned out to be someone mid-breakdown. What he found was Dana, pacing furiously in silk pajamas and Uggs, waving a TV remote like a weapon. Finally, she said as he approached, Someone who gets it. Foster blinked. You called emergency services for a Netflix issue? Dana rolled her eyes. Don't be ridiculous. I called because my entire system has been compromised. I believe I'm a victim of cyber warfare. Despite himself, Foster raised an eyebrow. He followed her into the house where she launched into a monologue about how she should have bandwidth priority due to her neighborhood leadership status. But something caught his attention. Her signal strength was off the charts, and yet she didn't have an account with any major internet provider. No cable modem. No visible ISP router. No billing statements. Where's your internet coming from? He asked. She blinked. My nephew set it up a couple years ago. He said he found a high-speed source. I assumed it was part of the HOA amenities. It wasn't. Within the hour, Foster and a tech specialist traced Dana's signal back to a covert router tucked into a utility box down the alley. It had been installed by the sheriff's department to monitor a suspected drug operation a few houses down. The router was supposed to be invisible off the grid, encrypted, undetectable. Somehow Dana's tech-savvy nephew had not only found it but connected her home to it. She'd been leeching off the surveillance network for over 2 years, streaming Crimson Manor Murders on a federal law enforcement node. Foster sighed. Ma'am, this is bigger than Netflix. You mean I've been using illegal internet? Dana gasped. No, he said. You've been compromising a federal operation. She paled. You're taking my TV, aren't you? We're taking all smart devices for analysis. Her jaw dropped. Do you have any idea how many saved shows I have on that TV? Within the hour, unmarked vans showed up. Tech agents in gloves started bagging her Echo Dots, Ring cameras, Nest thermostat, smart fridge, yes, even the fridge, which apparently had Bluetooth Dana never knew existed. This is oppression, she muttered as an agent unplugged her soundbar. But the real trouble? It hadn't even started yet. Unbeknownst to Dana, her devices had been syncing and backing up everything they recorded: her Alexa rants, her threats to neighbors, even stray audio from the real surveillance targets who occasionally passed by her open windows. Worse, some of her devices had overwritten key data in the original surveillance backups. Her kitchen Alexa had auto-synced audio logs with cloud storage, accidentally deleting months of federal evidence. By sunrise, Dana's name was on a sheriff's report and under review by a federal task force. The HOA moved fast. By noon, Dana was removed as moderator of the community page. Her long-winded posts about seasonal wreaths disappeared. A neighborhood-wide email reminded residents that 911 was not an IT help desk. Dana was fuming. They're making me look unhinged, she said aloud to no one as she paced through her now eerily quiet home. Without the gentle hum of ambient jazz or Alexa to chime in with trivia, the silence was deafening. The next day, Foster returned not with a search team but with questions about her nephew. Apparently, the signal hack had been advanced. Not some kid's experiment. Whoever did it knew how to route encrypted traffic through federal infrastructure. Dana's stomach turned. Ryan had always been a little intense. He'd stayed with her one summer during his IT internship. Set up her devices as a thank you. She'd been thrilled. The fridge talked back. Her wine chiller obeyed voice commands. She hadn't heard from him in months. Now she couldn't reach him at all. His phone went straight to voicemail. Email bounced. His Facebook, gone. By evening, a plainclothes agent knocked at her door with a subpoena. They wanted all her communication history. For the first time, Dana had nothing to say. The news spread fast. By the time she appeared in court, a small crowd had gathered. Wi-Fi Dana was trending locally. Her arrival in a white pantsuit was met with a flurry of questions she ignored. Her lawyer David Kane clearly regretted everything. Don't speak, he whispered. Please. But Dana was already planning a monologue about broadband discrimination. The courtroom air was thick with disbelief as prosecutors presented the evidence. Audio clips from her fridge. Thermostat logs that recorded neighbors arguing outside. Her devices hadn't just leached signal feed become unintentional recording equipment. She leaned over to Kane. They're saying my fridge is a spy? He said nothing, just stared ahead, pale and blinking. Then Ryan appeared. Summoned as a witness, he took the stand and, in a hoodie and jeans, admitted it all. Yes, he found the hidden network. Yes, he connected Dana. Yes, he told her it was probably sketchy. She said, if it works, I don't care, he quoted. Dana jumped to her feet. That is not true. Sit down, MS. Whitmore. The judge snapped. By the end of the hearing, Dana was fined for misuse of emergency services, ordered to complete 50 hours of community service, and banned from all HOA leadership. But the memes were worse. Her face photoshopped into the matrix, holding a remote. Choose the Wi-Fi pill. The caption read. Her neighborhood treated her like a sideshow. Teens passed her house whispering NSA fridge. Someone left a toy router in her mailbox labeled spy gear. Still, Dana doubled down. She launched a movement Wi-Fi rights now. Posted TikToks about digital tyranny. Hosted a lawn press conference in front of one confused reporter and a pigeon that landed on her shoulder mid-speech. Even that went viral. The clip, titled Wi-Fi Joan Defeated by Pigeon, racked up millions of views. Eventually, the noise died down. The HOA moved on. Dana didn't. She attempted one last stunt. Flying a drone with a banner over HOA movie night reading justice for streamers. It crashed into Deputy Foster's cruiser. He escorted her out again. That was it. Her last hurrah. The internet forgot her. But Dana didn't forget the internet. Now she keeps a handwritten journal called The Signal Struggle. No devices. No backups. Just ink and frustration. Sometimes she walks to the park. Reads a romance novel under a tree. No banners. No speeches. Just the quiet. Maybe that's all she wanted. Connection. Not digital. Not wireless. Just something real.